जय श्री माता जी। हम सभी परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी को नतमस्तक होकर प्रणाम करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे। We will all go down to Shri Mata Ji and take bandhan. तीन महामंत्र और श्री गणेश मंत्र। संतुलन के लिए हम अपने दाएं हाथ को भूमि माता पर और बाएं हाथ को श्री माता जी की ओर रखेंगे। To balance ourselves, we will place our right hand on the Mother Earth and left hand towards Shri Mata Ji. प्रार्थना करेंगे, परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी कृपा करें और हमारे ईड़ा नाड़ी को संतुलित कीजिए, चैतन्यमय कीजिए। श्री माता जी, please balance our left channel and enlighten it. अब हम अपने दाएं हाथ को श्री माता जी की ओर रखेंगे और बाएं हाथ को आकाश की ओर करेंगे। We will now place our right hand towards Shri Mataji and raise our left hand towards the sky. प्रार्थना करेंगे, परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी, कृपा करें और हमारे दाएं नाड़ी को संतुलित कीजिए, चैतन्यमय कीजिए। श्री माता जी, please balance our right channel and enlighten it. अब हम अपने बाएं हाथ को श्री माता जी की ओर करेंगे। प्लेस आवर लेफ्ट हैंड टुवर्ड्स श्री माता जी। चित्त को सरलता पर रखते हुए प्रार्थना करेंगे, परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी, कृपा करें और आप हमारे सहस्त्रार पर विराजिए। हमें ध्यान की गहनता और आनंद प्रदान कीजिए। Keep our attention on Sahasrara and pray. Shri Mataji, please be seated on our Sahasraras. Kindly bless us with the joy and depth of collective meditation. इसी ध्यान की स्थिति में रहते हम परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी की अमृत वाणी को आत्मसात करेंगे. We'll continue to be in this meditative state and listen to Shri Mataji's speech.
I'm happy to know so many of you have come here. And I feel this is a very important puja, not only for Australia, but for the whole world. Because it has the greatest message, which we have actualized now in Sahaja. We have to understand the message of Christ. There are many people in this world who try to show off that they are very great rationalists and that they have a right to pass any remark they like about Christ. I was reading the newspapers today, I was surprised, where they are all saying one by one that I reject this part of Christ that he was born with immaculate conception. I reject that he was resurrected. I reject this and I reject that. Who are you? Because you can write, because you have a flair, how can you say such things? Just without finding out. You are a scholar, maybe you are very well read, maybe that you think you are capable of saying whatever you like about any subject, but subject of spirituality cannot be dealt by people who are not even selfless. Because it's a very divine life, it's a very different life. It's an area where your mind cannot enter. It is beyond the mind. And so the poets or artists, all of them who have worked on Christ's life and have tried to say things about him, mostly were realized souls, and if they were not, they could not do any justice to his life. It's very surprising that I should be celebrating this resurrection in Australia. You know, this is the country of Muladhara, and Muladhara itself then expresses itself or manifests in the Agya. So, such a great connection you have that first of all is the country where Muladhara is established, was established I should say. And later on that it was manifested in the life of Christ on the Agya center. I must say that you have really created some very great people signifying this beautiful manifestation. Because as you have Dr. Bhagwan, who is an Australian, in the sense that he lived here, and then he went back to Russia, which is the right Agya, where he worked. In the same way as Sahaja has prospered here, to begin with, among all the European countries, or we can say among all the countries which were not Indian, maximum growth took place in Australia. And the maximum growth now first took place in the Eastern Bloc, in Russia. Now the other part of the Agya is China. And it is you people only, out of you only, some people have to look after that. And as it is, you are all looking after Taiwan, Hong Kong, Thailand. All these are Chinese races. Apart from that, they worship Buddha. It's very interesting. Buddha, as you know, is on the left side of your Medha, as they call it. This is the Medha plate. It's the lower plate of the brain. So the Christ is in the center, and we have got Buddha on the left side. Or you also are looking after the countries which are influenced by Buddha. It's all working out like a plan. Perhaps you are not aware of it, that we are all people belonging to one Virata, and that our needs or our work, all of them have great significance and connection. About Australia, there's a myth in India that there was a big saint and he was very good, but somehow he made some mistakes, or maybe lots of mistakes. So God cursed him and said, you better go away from India. It was connecting India and Africa. So the land was brought down to this point. He gave him the land, God, and he said, now you resurrect this land and make something out of it. And this star is called as this Trishanku, which is your southern cross. The southern cross is called as Trishanku, as it mentioned in our Puranas, as this saint who became like that, and God made him into a star which is hanging, Trishanku is hanging on top of this land and is working out the building up of this country. He was told that you go there and make a heaven for the human beings. This has so many mythological and historical backgrounds. And there are some very good points also I have seen about Australia, which are very surprising, because they believe in the multiracial society and they preserve it. They try to help the people through justice if some people are troubled and tortured. This is a very bold attitude towards progress, that we should have multicultural society. And this comes, again I would say, after resurrection of political thought. America is multicultural society, full of it, and as a result of that, they have progressed very much financially. But they didn't learn anything from the multicultural society. For example, Spanish went there. Spanish, as you know how, bullfighters. They went and destroyed all the cultures of the ancient times. And the new people who have gone, they don't have any rapport with them. Like Indians have a separate identity, then we have other cultures like Islamic and all that. So they don't keep any connection with them. The original aboriginals are also kept out as something very low level. But here I find people have a curiosity and also knowledge about the other cultures which are around them. That shows the sense of collectivity is within your genes, we can say, that it is working out in such a way that this country believes still in the multicultural society. All these are manifestation of Sri Ganesha's quality. See, if you have, say, a group of even 10 people with husband and wife, and they don't have the purity of Sri Ganesha, they cannot exist, because there will be always a very great conflict between husband and wife. Also, not only the conflict part, but people will become extremely superficial. Like in America, a woman would marry a man because he wears such and such dress. Or a woman is appreciated because she has a particular type of hairstyle. If the hairstyle changes, the man can ask for a divorce. So superficial they are. The fight is with the husband that you didn't buy a particular coat which I liked, so there's a divorce. It's so superficial. So the relationship between husband and wife is established by Sri Ganesh, and he gives you the pure idea about how to enjoy your married life. While people like Freud become so important, they start replacing Christ, and people become enamored by that. Because human beings, if they know that in potential state they are all divine, they all have to become divine and not to go down to the level of animals, even worse than that. If they realize it, that their main object of life is resurrection, that they have to rise above all these so-called temptations of life. If they know this potential, then they have to believe in it also, so that they do not have these absurd ideas about life. As a human being, Christ came. He came as a human being, but he was not a human being. He was divine. Absolutely, he was nothing but Omkara. That's why he could walk on the water. There was nothing materialistic in him, you can say, no matter in him. If there was any matter, he could not have walked on the water. But if people start discarding all these facts about his birth, about his walking on the water and all that, then what is left of Christ I can't understand. Now this message of resurrection is very important, but what you find that as you get 3 days holidays, people are just doing what one should not do. They have gone to some places, maybe with their wives, may not be with their wives, with anybody, into some sort of a rubbish, and they enjoy things which cannot be enjoyed by anybody who is a realized soul. So we have to know ourselves that now we have got our realization, we got it. Not that it is in a potential state, but it is in a kinetic state. So for us, Christ should be a model, what kind of life we should live. In those days of Christ, there were no aeroplanes, there were no cars, nothing. But he went from places to places and talked to them about spiritual life. The people were not yet evolved. They were not mature enough. So he could not give them realization, but he talked about dharmic life. He went to the extreme of the 10 Commandments, that he said, not only that you should not do adultery, but you should not even have adulterous eyes, pure eyes. Now, how is it possible? When you see Christians and Christian nations, they suffer from this disease of not having at all clean eyes. There's a kind of a lust and greed in the eye, and they are not ashamed of it. Thank God, Sahajogis all over the world have changed so much, transformed so much, they have become so beautiful that this problem we don't have. And if somebody has it, we want that person to get out of Sahaja till they cure themselves and come to normal. The main problem of the Christian nation is that they have become too much mental. Even sex they do mentally, in the sense they flirt. The eyes are so much all the time looking at something and reacting to it. They cannot witness anything. Anything they see, they start thinking about it, react to it. Then the reaction, because they are not evolved, can take them to any level of bestiality, worse than beasts. For example, an innocent person sees something, he goes into thoughtless awareness and he just enjoys the beauty of that. But a person who is full of lust and greed, can never enjoy anything. On the contrary, he would like to possess that thing, or would go beyond the limits of his authority and enjoy somebody else's wife, somebody else's husband. It's a very subtle thing which we should understand. When we make friendship with others, what do we enjoy in the friendship? What do we see in that friendship? As realized soul, how your friendship should be. The friendship should be pure, nirvaj. That is, you are friendly with somebody because just you enjoy the pure friendship, where there is no sense of possession or also the sense of destruction. Such a friendship is a Sahaj friendship. I have seen people all over the world, when they come to Ganpati Pule, the way they laugh, the way they enjoy. And I feel so happy that this new world of such innocent people has been created on this earth in my lifetime. You should also realize that you belong now to a very higher type of people, very higher type. There's no justification for any Sahaja to indulge into such dirty stuff, because he is beyond it. He has developed a new sense of beauty and cleanliness. He cannot bear anything which makes him look like a person who goes towards all kinds of filthy things. This is a speciality which you have got it, which was potentially within you, and despite the atmosphere in which you lived and you saw, you just got out of it and became like beautiful lotuses in the pond of filth. And these lotuses themselves can give such a beautiful fragrance to others that they can make the whole pond fragrant and beautiful. So the responsibility on you is much more than I would say on Christ, because Christ was divine. I was asking them to get Devi Mahatma if possible, that he described as the son of Lord Krishna and Radhaji, and that he has been given a special power and is called as the support of the universe. Just imagine, Mooladhar, he is the support of the universe. And the birth is described in a beautiful way, that first he was created like an egg. This purity, this auspiciousness was made into an egg. That's why during Easter you people give eggs to friends. Now this egg was nicely also kept for ages, and then it was broken into two. The first one became Sri Ganesha, and the second one, which evolved fully like an egg when it is evolved and is fully mature, the second one was Christ. You may say that how is it one egg has two forms? I must say these are divine happenings. They are very different from what we see in the mundane world. Now this egg, the second part of it, became a child, and he was crying for his father. All his life Christ talked for his father, and when he knew he will be crucified, he prayed to his father, saying that, "O Father, save me from this cup of crucifixion. He prayed. And if you see, these two fingers are always out. Expression of his blessing. This is the one which stands, as you know very well, for Sri Krishna, and this one for Vishnu. So always he showed these two fingers.
परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी, आज के सुंदर ध्यान के लिए आपको कोटि कोटि नमन। Thank you, Shri Mataji, for blessing us with this joy of collective meditation today. We have an announcement. Since the regular centers have been opened up, we will be discontinuing with the morning meditation online session conducted every Sunday. Our 8 p.m. evening meditation will continue from Monday to Saturday. एक अनाउंसमेंट है, क्योंकि स्थानीय सहज केंद्र फिर शुरुआत हो रही है, तो हम रविवार के जो सुबह के ध्यान का सेशन है ऑनलाइन, उसको हम रद्द कर रहे हैं। 8 बजे के जो सामूहिक ध्यान है वो यूं ही चलता रहेगा। We'll all go down at the feet of Holy God of Shri Mataji and take बंधन। हम सभी श्री माता जी के चरणों पर प्रणाम करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे। जय श्री माता जी। हमारे जो 8 बजे का जो ध्यान का ऑनलाइन सेशन होगा वो सोमवार से रविवार कंटिन्यू रहेगा। We will continue with our 8 p.m. evening meditation from Monday to Sunday. जय श्री माता जी।